Well, I heard Emma just made her first bid, so I'm just gonna launch on over to the channel and see what that is. Okay, then. Got the channel. Oh, got two here. Hey, I think one of them is my party's, the paladin I'm playing. I want to check out that. Yeah?
Hey guys, my name is Emily Buffington, and I'm
Hey!
taking over my dad's YouTube channel.
Um, excuse me. What happened to me? Now, at this point, you guys may be wondering, who is this handsome young man who happens to be related to Emily? Now, I am Jacob Eric Buffington, her brother, who she happened to neglect when she talked about, receiving the channel. So, I am honestly a bit less streamlined than her in regards to my focuses, and I'm pretty sure that my random stuff about programming I could talk about is not going to be very entertaining for a YouTube channel. So I'm just going to start off with something chill that I know that I can do, that being video games. Now, this game is a game called Mushroom Farm Revolution. Now, I have already completed the first level, but I'm going to just reset my skill points to show, to play, fair for the sake of the game. Now, I am going to just start playing, and I'm going to explain everything as I'm going along. So, the goal of this game is to survive. There are these enemies that are going to be coming out of the front, and they're going to be working their way all the way through the map. Boom. All the way to our farm at the end. The mushroom farm needs to survive. So, the way that we defend it is by putting out little goomphas. Little neutral goomphas. And now we can see that they have an attack damage, they have a reload speed, they've got an attack range. They're wonderful. Now, Goombas, unfortunately, by default, are not very strong. As you can see, he's got negative 25% damage to all kinds of enemies. Not very good. However, we can level him up once we get the money to allow him to be able to attack enemies more efficiently. Now, I've actually been trying to get a little bit extra money right now, but I'm going to explain how I got that in a little bit. Now, here we have an enemy, and this enemy, as you can see, has health, an element, which means stuff that he is strong against, weakness, stuff that he is weak against, this movement speed, the amount of damage he does if he successfully gets all the way through, which would subtract from our 50 lives, the amount of cash he would drop, and his immunities. Now, immunities is referring to abilities, not damage, just to be clear. Once I start getting Mushroom's abilities, I will show in a little bit more detail what that means. Now, as this guy starts killing more and more people, he's going to be getting me more and more money, which is going to be helpful so that I can, upgrade him and stuff. But because I don't want to wait forever, I'm going to increase the speed. Now, I am very, very close to being able to get a little extra, so I'm going to, boom, pop this up to level 2, because that will roughly double his power. As you can see, every time that a mushroom gets upgraded, they become roughly twice as powerful. Normally, I would put down a second mushroom, but in this case, I decided to play a little bit more risky to try to go for one super strong mushroom. However, there's still a problem. All of these effects, they didn't change. Nothing has changed them. He's still a weak little Goomba. Now, we can actually change these effects. Now, the way that we do that is by giving the mushroom elements. For example, if we were to give him an element, it means that he will be impacted by the element weakness and strength, but it will also give minor stat changes to the mushroom. So as I put this in, his reload speed decreased, but his attack increased. So that is a benefit of using elements. And as you can see, these guys are weak against him, so they're all going to die pretty much instantly. So as you can see, this guy, he is a little bit struggling to keep up. So I may need to give him a second mushroom friend to help out. Though I'd rather not. But as you can see, we have an enemy sneak through. Don't worry, we'll be able to fix that later. Now, when an enemy does get through, they get sent all the way back to the beginning. So it's not like you can't just tank a bunch of waves of enemies at the same time. Your enemies will continue to accumulate in power and strength. However, that's not something I'm going to be talking about right now. So as you can see, the waves are starting to be coming, and new different enemies are starting to go through. Now, I bought the second gem. When I upgraded the mushroom, he gained a second element slot. You can see right there, element slot +1. Now, I'm going to drag it in here. Now, he's a wealth mushroom. What does that mean? It changes the effects. He has 30% more cash. And after he got the red, he got strong against fire, weak against strong against these guys, not great against people who are strong against them, that kind of thing. Now, what this means is that this wealth mushroom is actually going to be able to get me some extra cash, which is, a bit important to this game. I'm going to send this wave early. Now, as you can see, we have this little countdown here until the next wave. Now, we can send the next wave a little bit early to try to get a little bit extra cash. So as you can see, we've got 17 seconds left. Boom, I just got 17 extra cash. It's not a lot, but it will increase the amount of cash that we have available. Now, there are a few other things that we have right here. We have accessories. I've been getting these every 5 waves, but I haven't really been paying attention to it. Now, the Angel Wing will increase his range by 10%. So I'm going to put it in here. As you can see, the range increased by 10%, and his circle is now a bit bigger. Now, I'm actually going to start working on increasing the power of this guy here, because, as you guys can see, I've got a little bit of a life problem. I haven't been playing perfectly. But don't worry. I can do better. I'm going to, first of all, put in a Water Mushroom. Now I'm going to give him a White Diamond, which makes him a life plus. That makes it so that he will gain me a life whenever he kills someone. So I want this guy to be killing 99% of the time. But if this guy kills, it's not bad. I regain lives. That's pretty good. But it doesn't go over my max. So that's not a valid way to like recuperate lives. And it also does mean that if I've got people weak against blue mushrooms, he's going to be strong against them. Now, as you can see, he just activated. He's killed a few people at this point. Now, I'm also going to be giving this guy an Angel Wing because I want him to, be good, be strong. Now, I also am actually going to be upgrading this guy to the next level. Now, all mushrooms, there are 3 gem combinations. If we were to go to the combination list, here are all of the mushrooms that I have so far made combinations for in playing this game. As you can see, there are a lot of combinations. And every combination has an elemental affinity. Now, this guy right here, he actually doesn't benefit from the normal benefits of having a yellow topaz. He instead only is gaining the stat benefits of the red ruby and his Angel Wing. Now, this means that if he were to fight somebody who is weak against, red, that means he's good. But it means that if you fight somebody who's strong against yellow, it doesn't really matter. So there are a few things to pay attention to in this game. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, either way, as I said, if we were to look back at the element combination chart, we were to have life plus and then life steal, wealth and money steal, poison and splash poison. We have stronger varieties of elements as we go across. So if I were to get this one and then I were to add that, I could get this one. Now, there is a question that could be said. Hold up. This order is not the order that I have here. Well, it doesn't matter the order that you put them in. It matters which gems that they have in the first place, right? This guy's a lifesteal regardless of which order you put in the gems. Now, as I'm starting to see that these guys are starting to get all the way around this loop here, I'm actually going to make it so that they are a little bit less effective at doing that. I'm going to put down a mushroom right around here. Actually, no. I'm wanting to use this space here. So I'm going to cut down this tree and then put a mushroom there. That is something that you can always do. You can chop down the trees, but you can't destroy the mushroom houses. Why would you destroy the homes of your people? Now, I am going to be creating a splash poison, a normal poison to begin, because poison is one of my favorite combinations. As you can see, it just allows him to absolutely poison these people, except they're immune to poison. Yeah, as we start gaining access to abilities, immunities will start coming into play, because some creatures have immunities to some abilities. Like these guys are not immune to being poisoned, so they are taking some damage over time. But they are immune to the bomb planted ability, which I haven't shown, nor will I likely, because bomb planted is stupid. Now here, this guy is fighting something that he is strong against. So as you can see, he's absolutely obliterating this wave, which is honestly something I'm not entirely wanting right now. I'm wanting my wealth mushroom to kill everything. But this is one of the problems with strategy, is that you have to make sure that what you're creating is not too powerful, Did I just get a 3rd Angel Wing? I just got a 3rd Angel Wing. And a Burning Heart. Okay. This is absolute insanity. But what if you decide not to make a combination with your mushrooms? What if you decide to make a mushroom, instead only have one type? I am going to be doing that, actually. I'm going to be making a pure mushroom. And I'm going to be giving this guy the Burning Heart, because pure mushrooms are super duper strong. Now, right now, this guy is just a Gumpus. Weak. He's got the one of each. Damage decrease. Now, I'm going to make this guy a white diamond pure. So I'm going to fill all 3 slots with the same. So as you can see, boom. The weakness against water enemies, or against wind enemies, has gone away. This guy is now not ineffective against anything. He's going to be perfectly fine attacking any variety of enemy, which is fantastic. But he's going to be twice as strong against water enemies. So as you can see, this guy will be perfectly fine attacking these birds here. It's just not really going to matter that much. He's still going to be a really strong heavy hitter. Now, there is going to be one other aspect of up here that I probably won't be able to show because we've only got like 2 waves left. But up here can get all the way up to level 6. So like I said, the power of a mushroom roughly doubles every time they level up. This is true no matter what. So when this Thundergumpus gets up to level 6, he will be effectively like 16 times or so more powerful. Actually, let's see. No, he'll be 32 times stronger than a single neutral Gumpus. Which, that's pretty good. Just a little bit. But let's just have these guys try to get through. Try to get through, buddy. And they're going to absolutely fail because we have a strong army of mushrooms. Now, that's the basics of this game. There are a lot of levels in this game, and every time that you beat a level and get a new medallion with it, if I were to have gotten more points, if I were to get into within this point threshold, which is typically through normal mode, or unlimited, if you want to get the highest level of thing, you get these skill points, which you can spend on upgrades. Now, what the upgrades do is that you can get a random starting gem at the beginning, a random accessory at the beginning. You can increase the length of a wave, which means that there are more enemies, therefore more money, good stuff. You can get cash over time. Kind of self-explanatory, like every second you get $1. At maximum power, this gives you $3 per second. So this is quite helpful. You can increase the number of max lives that you have, which increases your score at the end because, as you might have seen, there's a life bonus at the end. And you can increase the attack damage of your mushrooms. Now, that's the basics of this game. Now, I'm going to be going over some more advanced strategies in the next level because, as we can see, this map has lots of funny places where it doubles up, and it means that we can have much more space. And because I'm going to be doing it at a longer length, that means that we're also going to have the ability to try out more of these mushrooms. Now, I will be seeing you guys around next time I create one of these videos, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys didn't or have a suggestion as to something else I could do, feel free to try it out. Though naturally, I will, decide at the end of the day whether or not I do it. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This is a game that is a lot of fun for me to play as a kid, and it's kind of interesting to just be like, let's try this now that I actually know what I'm looking at here. Either way, I hope that you guys will have a very good day, and I will be seeing you guys around.